Starting an online business today feels like trying to juggle flaming swords while riding a unicycle. You've got one tool for emails, another for landing pages, a separate one for funnels, and somehow they still don't play nice together. But what if one platform could handle it all? Meet System.io, a powerful all-in-one marketing platform designed to simplify your entire online business setup. From sales funnels to email campaigns, online courses to automations, it pulls everything into one streamlined and beginner-friendly space. And here's the best part. It's free to start, no credit card, no catch. So here's what we're covering in this video. We're starting with the basics. How to create a free System.io account and get familiar with the dashboard. Then, we'll build a sales funnel from scratch, including landing pages and a thank you page. Then, we'll explore how to build and sell an online course using System.io's built-in tools. And finally, I'll show you how to connect everything together. This is a beginner-friendly, step-by-step guide, and you don't need any technical experience, and by the end of this video, you'll have a working system that you can actually use. Let's get started. So let's start by signing up. It's super simple and totally free. Just check on the link in the description below and it will take you to this landing page. You just have to put in your email address, and take note there are no credit cards needed, which is a huge plus if you're just testing the waters, and I recommend signing up now and following along with me so that you can get more out of it. The free plan already gives you access to core features like funnels, emails, and even course management tools. There's plenty to get started. You can always upgrade later, but honestly, many users stick with the free version for a long time because it basically has everything that they need. So from here, let's just put in our email address, and then it's going to ask a couple of questions like, do we already have a business? We're just going to say yes, and then what is your annual revenue in USD? And then it's going to ask us to enter an email and phone number again, so let's just go ahead and do that. All right, so once it submits, it's going to ask us to confirm our email address. We're just going to check our inbox and confirm it. So once we've confirmed the email and we've logged in, this is our main dashboard. So think of it as your mission control. Right now, you don't have a lot going on over here, but you can fully modify this, and this will automatically populate with things and important information as you continue using System.io. On the top right, you've got all your main sections, which is the CRM over here. You can find the contacts, tags, pipelines, etc., your sites, your sales funnels, your emails, newsletters, campaigns, automation rules, assets like physical products, coupons, courses, etc., and your sales information like transactions, subscriptions, etc. This is just a quick peek of each of these for now, but later on we're going to go through a majority of the core features here in great detail, but it's best to know where they are as it stands. So if you ever get lost, just click on the System.io logo in the top left, and it brings you right back to the dashboard. Wherever you are, it'll bring you back to the dashboard or your homepage. So don't worry about memorizing everything. You'll get more familiar as we use these features step by step. Before we go any deeper, let us check a couple of quick but important settings. So first of all, the settings option is found under your profile icon right over here, and you can click on settings. If you are planning to sell anything, you'll want to connect a payment gateway like Stripe or PayPal, and you can find that right over here. So as you can see, there are several options like Stripe, PayPal, and Razorpay, and all these other options. There's also one good thing about this is that if you live in a country where cash on delivery is a thing, there's that option here as well for physical products, obviously. You can do that right from the settings menu over here. We were not going to dive too deep into each of these payment methods, but it's good to know that they're here and where it is. Also, you can add a custom domain, which is right over here, to make your funnels or website look even more professional. So instead of having just a plain random URL, you can get like mywebsite.com kind of custom domain, and it'll look definitely more professional. But if you don't have that, don't stress. System.io gives you a free subdomain to start with, so a custom domain is totally optional at this point. So you can see that right over here. As you can see, you can also customize your profile from right here. You can change your profile image and all of the other information and account information. You can also see your plan and billing information from up here. If you're going to set up subscriptions for your customers, it's going to be right here. And yeah, several other more advanced settings, obviously. You can find it right over here. But yeah, enough about the settings. Let's go dive into the actual core features of System.io. Okay, so one of the great things about System.io is that you could create what is called a sales funnel. Now, a sales funnel doesn't necessarily have to have any sales in it. It could be a lead generation funnel, which collects email addresses and contact information for marketing programs. But in general, sales funnels are a way to direct people into buying a product or committing to a purchase. Think of it like a guided path. Instead of throwing people into your website and hoping they buy, you kind of walk them through each step from awareness to action to purchase. Funnels automate this process, so even while you sleep, your system is working to capture leads or sell the products. Now, in System.io, there is a built-in sales funnel page builder, just like this one. This is a sales funnel that I made recently to sell an amazing Chef Masterclass course. As you can see, it can collect your information. It can have you choose a payment method, and it'll give you all the price details. And once this is submitted, it's beautifully designed and laid out. This is actually a template, but it's already beautifully designed. And once it's submitted, it's going to show you a thank you page. Now, this step is showing you how to create just that. Now, back to System.io, you can find the sales funnels creation page from sites and then sales funnels. Just click on create right up top here. As you can see, I already have one. This is the one that I showed you earlier. If you want to create your own, just click on this create button here, add a name, and then add or select your domain. Now, I mentioned earlier that you could set custom domains. If you have done that, you can find it in this drop down here. If not, you can just use the default domain that System.io provides. You can also choose a goal, either to build an audience, sell a product, create a custom funnel, or run an evergreen webinar. So for now, we're just going to select sell because we want to sell a product or service, and then you can set the currency accordingly here as well. Click on save, and then you'll see your funnel created right here. If you click on that, you'll find the settings inside of that funnel. Now, over here at the left, this is what we call the steps editor. So basically, this is where you can edit the steps to the funnel. So remember when I said funnels are like a guided path? This is where the path is created. So it starts from the order form, which is, the very beginning of the whole funnel, and then it ends at the thank you page. You can add more steps here if you want to, for example, before you have them go to the thank you page or confirm the order, you want them to sign up to a webinar, you can click on this add step and create the funnel step here. Choose the type. Could be a sign up page, contact us page, or a webinar registration page, whatever you like. But for now, we'll keep it simple and keep the 2 steps from order to thank you. From the order form, you actually would need to set different layouts, or the same layouts, but you can choose them differently for each step. So for the order form, I guess we'll stick with the one that I already created, which is this one. You can click on this to preview the template. Just go back, and then we're going to select this. And as you can see, let's start from the options right over here under the configuration tab. First things first, the name, you can change that accordingly, and the URL path, you can put a more friendlier URL there. Affiliate commissions, we'll talk about that later, but you can set those here, and even sales limits. And over here, you can choose the offer type. So you could either select a digital product or a physical product. Now, digital products can be created directly from here by clicking on this plus icon if you don't have anything on the drop down yet. So you can click on this and add your name and add the pricing plan from here. You can choose a one-time payment, subscription, or payment plan, or choose an existing one. But since we already have a existing product, I'm just going to go ahead and select that. So we're going to select the Masterclass. It has a one-time price plan, which is $15. You can set the pricing from what I showed you earlier. Now, you could also choose a physical product, but this is not where you can create them. You actually have to go to assets and physical products to create them. So let's just check that out. Okay, so under assets and physical products, this is where you can create your physical products if that's what you're planning to sell. As you can see, I already have 2 products here, but you can click on create to create new ones, add the name, description, the SKU, taxes, currency, price, and other information. Add media here as well. So once you're done, just click on save, and you'll be you would have had your products, physical products, created successfully. Now let's go back to the funnels page. Okay, so back to the funnels page. Now that we're done adding the digital product that we're going to be using for this funnel, you can also add coupons on this specific funnel configuration. If you click on this, you have the option to choose the discount type, either fixed amount or percentage. You can add a coupon name if you have one created, or you can create one right from here. Aside from that, you could also add an order bump. So this actually shows up at the checkout form. An order bump is something that shows up on checkout before the checkout is completed, kind of just to bump the order to a higher price or to upsell a different product entirely. So you can set that here. You can choose again between a digital or a physical product and select the digital product from up here. Ideally, you would be choosing a different product, but in this case, just to show you how it's done, we're going to save it as that. So before the checkout is processed, this masterclass digital product is going to be shown on the checkout page. Now, I think we're done with all the system configuration. All there's left to do now is to edit the actual order form page in case there are some things there that you'd like to change. So just click on the edit page button right here. And then you are going to be taken what we call a drag and drop builder. So this is a very easy builder that you could drag and drop elements to, or just modify the existing elements here. So if you want to change the title, just double click it and edit it as you like, as such. Same with the subheading and all the other information on the form, like the steps, the fields. Even you can change the margins. You can change the responsiveness, visibility, and for things like text, you can change the typography, line height, the font, etc. So you can even change the color and all that stuff. So aside from that, you can also change the images, just like this. Just change the image file here, and you can modify that as you wish. You can modify the name of the product because obviously this is not the product that we're going to be offering. So let's just say so our master class is $15. Let's say the scratch price would be $30. And this is where the price is going to show up, the price of the actual product. So if you want to add more things to this template, you have these set of elements that you can add directly here. Just drag and drop them here, and they'll be added accordingly. So you have a couple things that you could choose from text, headline, content boxes, and a lot of the payment elements as well if you want to create your own form. Some social comment, share buttons, etc., and other things from over here as well. You have different blocks as well that you can add, pre-made blocks that you can add to your form accordingly. And of course, once you're done modifying the page, you could also check for responsiveness by clicking on this button right here to see how it would look on mobile. So that's how it would look like on mobile. Because, you know, majority of the users nowadays would be on mobile, you need to check for responsiveness as well. And if anything is awry, you can just click on it and change the elements or the styles of the elements from here, and it'll only apply on mobile while you're editing or while this is toggled. You can also click this to preview everything and how it looks like without the editor. There you go, and just click on this to go back to the actual page builder. So let's just go back to the funnel configuration. Aside from that, you also have some automation rules, A/B testing if you want to test 2 different layouts, some stats, leads, sales, and deadline settings. You can also find the funnel settings over here and an option to view the funnel over here. Now, if you added more styles, you can configure them the same way, but different steps actually do have different configuration settings as well. Now, before you go, you have to also also set the thank you page. Like I said, you can set different layouts for different steps, but for this one, we're just going to choose the same matching layout. I can edit that the same way as I edited the order form. Once you're done, you can just go back to the funnel list and everything will be saved automatically. And you can go ahead and preview this. So just click on view and let's check it out. All right, there you go. So this is the checkout page or the funnel page that we created. As you can see, all the changes did carry over. The product details did not carry over because we did not finalize that. But once you have set the configuration, everything should be in order from here. So like I said, there are different templates that you can create, and each one would have its own use cases or different kind of themes and motifs. So aside from creating sales funnels, one of the greater things about System.io, aside from using it as a CRM, having affiliate platform, having courses or marketing automations, you can actually set up blogs as well. So this is about building your online presence, because if people can't find you, they can't buy from you. Let me walk you through how to set up your first blog. So before we do that, let's go ahead and look at what it could look like. So as you can see, this is the blog page that I created for this tutorial. You'll have a lead capture form right over here, which visitors can enter their email address, and this will all tie into the other aspects of System.io. Below that are the recent articles that you may publish. If you click on one, this is how it'll look like. So these articles you can optimize them for SEO, and they can rank on Google search results, and thus people can actually buy from you as well. You can put links here to your sales funnels, put products here that they can buy directly from, and a lot of other things. You can also categorize them into different categories, as you can see here, and lay it out exactly the way you want to. There are templates as well that you could use so that it's not hard for you to get started on creating a blog with System.io. Now, going back to the dashboard, let me walk you through on how to set up your first blog or site. To create your blog with System.io, just click on go under sites and click on blog, and then click on create. And then first thing is to name your blog. And then select a domain name. If you added a custom domain, you can choose that here. If not, just pick the subdomain that System.io gave you. And then add a URL path. I'll type second. And like I said, there are templates that you can select from here. So just pick one that actually is the style that you're going for. So I think we are going with this one. You can preview that by clicking on this button, but I'm happy with it. Let's click on that and click on save. All right, so once that's created, let's open it up and see the settings here. So first things first, we have a couple things right at the top here. We have a blog layout button. This actually allows you to modify the layout of the front page of the blog. We have a view blog button and some blog settings, which has all the other settings that we had selected earlier, including the URL path and an RSS feed. Aside from that, you also have the tabs right over here at the left, and on the right, you have a post layout button, which allows you to edit your blog's posts design. Below that, you can find the posts, the categories, statuses, and some other options right over here. So before we go through with checking on the other options, let's first check on the blog layout. Now, the good thing about System.io's blog editor is that the drag and drop editor works here too. So just like with the funnels, you can add text, images, videos, and move things around easily. So the blog content is protected, but you can modify everything else from the header to the popular post section about this blog to the footer. So you can just click on an item and you can change them accordingly using the settings found over here on the left. Or if you want to add new ones, just look for the elements right here, and then you can drag and drop them over to the site. You can also check the mobile responsiveness by clicking on this button right here. Once we're happy with that, just click on save and then click on exit page to go back to the blog post section. So if you want to create a new post, just click on this button right here and start writing. First thing they have to do is add the title, add a short description, change the URL path, add an image, and then select a category. We'll talk about that later. So click on save, and then it'll be automatically added here. Notice that it's not published yet. It's still inactive. You first have to go in there and actually modify the actual post. So from here, you can drag and drop certain elements. Like if you want to add a text, just drag this text here and modify that as you wish. If you want to add images, you can just drag the image right up here and then add images directly on this blog post. If you click on save and save it, and we go and exit page, you will see that it'll automatically be saved here. You can activate it by clicking on this activate button here, and it'll automatically be published onto your blog page, or you can schedule it for posting using this option right here. Now, notice that if I click on view blog and open a blog post, you can see that this blog post has a specific layout. You could actually change that as well by clicking on this post layout button, and then you'll be able to modify the layout of each post, not a post individually, but all of the posts that are within your blog. So you can modify this. There are placeholders here where the content will be replaced with a blog post, so do not remove that, but you could also add more kind of default layouts to this blog post page. Aside from that, there are other tabs here like the pages. So if you notice, if you go to the actual blog page, you'll find some other pages here in the menu option. You can actually modify that over here under pages. So you have the homepage, post list, about, and contact. You can click on edit to edit the layout of each of these pages. Right. So aside from that, there's also what we call categories. Now, it's very useful to categorize your blog posts, right? So to keep things organized, you can create categories inside your blog so that readers can easily browse your content. You can actually create more categories by clicking on this option right here. It's always good to have a description, SEO title, and SEO description so that once it's picked up by Google, it could actually rank in search results, giving you more visibility on your blog. And not only that, you can use these categories to actually organize your pages on the front end, on the home page, and then you can edit that by going to the pages and then home page. So that's it for creating your blog pages and kind of improving your online visibility with Systeme.io. Okay, so now you've seen how to build a working funnel and a landing page, which is already a huge step. But here's where Systeme.io really shows its strength. It's not just about the funnels. Instead, this platform gives you a full suite of tools to grow and run your business without having to bolt on extra apps or pay for third-party tools. In this section, we're diving into all the supporting features that help round out your setup. Things like contact management, selling digital products, creating courses, automating your backend, managing affiliates, and of course, getting paid. Let's start with the people who matter to you the most, your audience. Inside the Contacts tab, by clicking on Create Contact, you can manually add new leads by filling out their basic info like their name, their email, and you can even add custom fields if you like. Or if you're migrating from another tool, you can import them using a list, using a CSV file to get set up fast. You can do that from the Import Contacts button right here, and then you can upload a CSV file right here. Also, clicking into any contact opens their full profile, and this is where the real organization happens. If you scroll down just a little bit, you can add tags to categorize them based on actions, purchases, sign-up sources, or even engagement level. To create tags, just head on to the CRM tab and click on Tags. And from here, you can create one using this button. And then if you go back to the contact section, you can apply them to each contact. These tags let you build smart segments, so later you can send more personalized emails, launch targeted automations, or filter users for different offers. I usually tag mine based on which funnel they came from, like from my masterclass funnel, or from my courses or storefront, or even from my blog. That lets me know exactly what they're interested in and where they came from. Aside from the contacts and the CRM features of System.io, let's say you want to sell something like a digital product, a coaching session, or even a downloadable file, but you don't want to build an entire funnel around it. System.io has a simple way to do that by just heading over to sites and digital stores. From here, you can create a basic storefront that displays all your offers in one clean and scrollable layout, kind of like a simplified sales hub. Think Linktree, but for paid products. So you'll start by clicking on Create, giving your store a name and a domain name, URL path, and language. We'll set the layout later. But if you have created one, this is what it's going to look like. I'm just going to open mine. And as you can see here, you have the header, the preview of what the storefront is going to look like. And it's not exactly a drag and drop builder, but instead you can edit each section directly. So you can edit the header from here. If you want to change up the whole entire design, just click on Edit Design from this button right here, and you'll be shown a lot of the templates that are available for this storefront. So just pick one that actually resonates with you and go with that. So once your storefront is up, you can add new products by clicking on this button right here. You can have a redirect to an external link, collect email, sell a course, or even sell a digital download. You can set prices, descriptions, and even add images or videos to showcase what you're selling if you decide to select an option right here. So if you go to sell a digital download, you can add a header image, add a text, name what the button is going to be like, and add a subtitle. You can also go to the other tabs to upload your digital product, create a checkout page depending on the style that you want to go with, and even a thank you page. You can even add a confirmation email if you want to. So each product gets its own section in this like digital storefront, but you can turn them on or off with just a simple toggle once you've added the different sections and products. There's also a spot in here, the settings button, to add some basic SEO. Right over here. So you can add a page title, a description, keywords, and even the author. You can add an image, and if you want to use Google Insights, you can add a tracking code from here as well, or you can hide it from search engines entirely. From this settings page, you can also change all of the initial settings that we set up earlier. So basically that's it. This is how you can set up a storefront, one of the other great features of System.io. So it's kind of like a Shopify but simplified version. It's easier to set up and without like any monthly bill. Now that we've talked about CRM and setting up storefronts, let's now go to another core feature, which is online courses and membership. So System.io also allows you to turn knowledge into income. So if you're a coach, teacher, or content creator, System.io makes it easy to build and sell your online courses without needing a separate platform. To get started, just head on to Assets and then Courses. And then from here, just click on Add a New Course. So once you've done that, just add a name, a domain, a URL path for the course. Of course, it's going to be this at the base, and then a name for your course, and then pick a theme that resonates with you. Once you have that, just click on Save. So I have my course that I already created here. Let's just open that up. And from here, as you can see, we already have a lesson and a lecture. So basically there are two types here. You can add a module, which is kind of like a lesson or a section, and a lecture, which is like, you know, the sub lessons or topics and things like that. So just click add module, and then you can create one. And then if you already have a module created, just click on add lecture, and then add the name and then the delay of how many days it is before this is dripped. And you can select a template from this one as well. If you open up the lecture, this is actually where you can edit that. As you can see, it is the familiar drag and drop builder again. You can upload videos, PDFs, text, or any other content that you want to add for each lecture. There's also an option to enable comments so students can leave their feedback or ask questions directly under each. So if we go to settings right here, you can see that there is an option to enable comments. You can also group multiple courses together by going back here to the assets courses and then clicking on bundles. So you can also bundle multiple courses and products together so that It's perfect for offering a full program or even upselling content in tiers. And while you're building, you can even switch between a few different course themes. So just go back to your courses and then click on this to view and customize the theme. There you go. So you can edit the theme settings, edit everything else in this course. So one other great feature is drip scheduling. So instead of giving the students everything up front, you can release one lesson at a time, like for example, once per week. So as you can see, it has that option stated right here, but you can modify that by clicking on settings and then setting the delay. You can also send drip emails alongside each lesson by clicking on create a drip email, a drip access email from right here to guide your students through the material and also let them know when a new course is out. So once you've got students enrolled, there's a students tab as well right over here where you can track who's joined, what they've accessed, and how far they have progressed. Now, how exactly, you may be asking, do you sell your course? Well, the thing is, you don't have to build a whole storefront. You can connect the course directly to a funnel. Just go to your course that you created and click on settings. So that means you can use a sales page or a payment step and thank you page just like any other product. So just go to the settings and over here you can select the sales funnel that this course will belong to. While we're here, you can even add certificates of completion if you want to give students a polished finish at the end. And the best part, you can choose the model, you can make it free to grow your list, you can charge for access, you can include it as part of a bundle or an upsell. So honestly, this could replace a lot of platforms already, but you don't need to sign up to those anymore because it's already built into System.io. All right, so the next thing is where everything starts to work together. It is automation. System.io also gives you two ways to automate your business. There are rules and there are workflows. So if we go to rules, these are simple automations. So if we click create a new one, so for example, when you want to have someone sign up and then you send them an email, that's great for, you can just set a trigger for when they sign up and the action is to send an email. So it's great for quick actions, quick setups and things like that. But if you want a more advanced setup, you'd want to use workflows. So workflows, on the other hand, is kind of a visual builder, but for more advanced setups. To create one, just go to automations, workflows, and then click on create. But I already have one set up, so let's open that up. So from here, you need to set up a trigger. In this case, it's subscribe to thank you page form. And then you can stack actions like send email, add a tag, grant access to a course, or even create delays or decision branches based on what comes or what someone does next by clicking on that plus icon and then choosing what kind of action should be taken. It's all visual, it's all flexible, and it's very beginner friendly. Once it's running, it works 24/7 in the background. It actually runs and helps you segment leads or move people around through your funnel, automate sending emails and things like that. So it's very powerful. It can save you hours every single week. While we're talking about growing your businesses, if you want to grow your business without spending any more on ads, an affiliate program is actually one of the smartest ways to do it. But don't worry, System.io also has an affiliate tools built right into it. You don't need any extra setup. You can just go to under sales and click on my affiliate program and you'll find the affiliate program dashboard. If you notice, or if you remember from our funnels topic earlier, there was a portion there about affiliate programs. So in order to manage the overall affiliate program as well, you can click on this affiliate program setting and then it'll take you to the settings page. You can configure everything from here. You can create affiliate links from the affiliate proxy links over here. You can set custom commission rates, and you can track who's bringing in sales from the dashboard as well. So each affiliate would get their own dashboard and you can monitor the clicks, the conversions, the payouts all in one place. It really does help turn customers or creators or even your own followers or partners into like promoters of your product, and you only pay them when they generate results. And finally, To wrap this all up, before we end, I want to talk to you again about payment gateways because none of this would matter if it's not earning you any money or any revenue, right? Funnels wouldn't matter if you're not earning anything from it. Blogs wouldn't matter if you're not earning anything from it. So none of this will work unless you're getting paid. So to do that, just connect to payment gateway. We've talked about this, but I just want to reiterate the point. Go to your settings page, your profile and settings, and under payment gateways, you can connect things like Stripe, PayPal, Razorpay, and things like that, depending on where you're based, because some of this are geographically restricted. And it's all here on the settings page. Once connected, you're ready to accept payments through funnels, storefronts, and courses. So that's it. That is the quick rundown. There's still a lot here. There's still calendar and pipelines, newsletters and campaigns, which is actually very useful as well. But you need to connect a verified custom domain and email if you want to run through newsletters and campaigns. There's a lot of assets. I've already talked about physical products, but you can also create coupons. You can create communities and even share digital downloads and things like that. And you can see all your sales from the sales tab right here. All right, so let's bring it all together. In this video, you've seen how System.io simplifies your entire online business, from building funnels and creating products to launching courses, automating your marketing, and managing everything all in one place. Whether you're just starting out or looking to scale without the tech stress, this platform gives you the full toolkit without the usual mess of plugins, duct tape solutions, or extra monthly fees. And the best part, everything we covered is available on the free plan. No credit card required, no trial locking you down. And if you ever get stuck, don't worry, System.io has your back. There's 24/7 email support, a full knowledge base with tutorials and walkthroughs, and an active Facebook group where other creators and business owners share ideas, ask questions, and help each other out. They also offer paid phone support if you want one-on-one guidance. So, what's next? Click on the link in the description below to create your free System.io account and start building today. And if this tutorial helped you out, hit that like button, leave a comment if you got questions, and don't forget to subscribe. There's plenty more content coming to help you launch, grow, and scale without being overwhelmed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.